Welcome back to the CBA Digital Network. Today, we are going to be doing the Sweet 16 round of March Madness picks. I'm here with Gavin McGaugh and our guest, Justin Feuerbacher. You can see our records down below. Starting it off, we're going to start with number 1 seeded Auburn versus number 5 seeded Michigan. Gavin, let's start with you.
Michigan's been looking really well. You know, they beat Texas A&M. They were the higher seed. But, I mean, you can't go against Auburn, I'm not going to lie, yet. So I'm going to take Auburn on this one.
Justin, what do you got?
I had Michigan getting an upset earlier in my bracket. I'm going to still continue to doubt. I think Auburn's just too good. I think Auburn pulls this one out.
Yeah, I think we're going to go down the line, Auburn. I had Michigan making it to the Sweet 16, but I just think Auburn's too talented of a team. They had a great game over Creighton last week, and I just think they're a really solid all-around team, so give me Auburn. Next match, Michigan State versus Ole Miss. Justin, we'll start with you for this one.
I don't like picking against Tom Izzo in March. You know, Ole Miss has had a good run, but Michigan State's clicking. I got to pick Michigan State with this one.
Gavin?
I'm going to actually disagree with that one. I think that Michigan State has been in way too close games against not so good teams, and Ole Miss is on fire right now. So I'm going to be taking Ole Miss on this one.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with Justin. You can't go against Tom Izzo. Every March Madness, I'll pick Michigan State, and they never doubt me. So I'm going to take Michigan State here. I think it's going to be a really tight, contested matchup, but I think Michigan State's going to prevail just because of better coaching. Next, we have number 1 Florida, very solid team, versus number 4 Maryland, winning over a buzzer beater. Gavin?
Huge Florida fan, you know. That last game against UConn was really scary. Derek Brown hit that game winner against who did Maryland just beat?
Colorado State.
Colorado State. So, but I'm going to stick with Florida. I think Florida's going to make a really good run. So, yeah, Florida over Maryland.
I think Florida's the best team in the country. I mean, Maryland's been on a roll, you know, coming off a big win. Derek Queen is a very, very good player, but I don't think anyone plays basketball as good as Florida does. I'm picking Florida.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick Florida here. I mean, the Gators have just looked so solid. Although the match was really close against UConn, I mean, UConn's obviously a very solid team with great coaching, and they just put points on the board. They were electric hitting those threes. So give me Florida. I have them winning it all, so give me Florida here. Now, moving on, number 3 Texas Tech versus number 10 Arkansas, which we did not expect to be here. Big upset against St. John's last week. Justin?
If you watched Arkansas's game against St. John's is a notoriously good defensive team, but Arkansas still got whatever they wanted. DJ Wagner to the cup off the pick and rolls. Their big was feasting down there. I think they're on a roll. I think they got him this week. I'm going to pick Arkansas.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to disagree with that one. You know, Arkansas is on fire. They beat Kansas and St. John's, which was 2 big games that they were not supposed to win. But you can't really go against Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech's one of the better teams in this tournament, so I'm going to take Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Texas Tech here. I think Arkansas has surprised us, and they are a very solid team. I do think they're going to give Texas Tech some trouble, maybe even go into overtime, but I see Texas Tech coming out on top. Now, another fun matchup, number 1 Duke versus number 4 Arizona. Gavin?
Can't go against Cooper Flagg and them. I mean, they just dropped like 96 points in a March Madness game, which is absurd. So, just Duke over Arizona.
Yeah, okay. Caleb Love knows how to beat Duke, but I can't see it happening. Duke is definitely one of the best. Cooper Flagg, Cole Kneppel, they're insane basketball players. Can't pick against Duke here.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little upset here. I don't know. I watched Arizona against Oregon. Although it was a close matchup, there was just something about Caleb Love in that post-game interview. He just looked so determined. I'm feeling a little upset. Give me Arizona over Duke. I had them before any of these games had occurred. I had Arizona upsetting Duke, and I'm going to ride with it. Give me Arizona. Now going down, Alabama, number 2 Alabama versus number 6 BYU. BYU's put it on the board. They've looked really solid, and Alabama playing as we expected. Justin, what do you think?
BYU has had a great stretch, but there might not be a team as talented as Alabama. You know, they kind of live by 3, die by 3 sometimes, but again, the talent I think is just going to be too much for BYU. I'm going to go Alabama here.
I totally agree with you. I think BYU is kind of like the NC State of last year, although NC State's going to be going further after this game. But yeah, I think Alabama is just going to be unreal against BYU.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that as well. Alabama moves the ball around, one of the fastest teams in the nation, and I just don't think BYU is going to be able to keep up with them. I do think they're going to make it a good game, but I think Alabama is just so talented. I have them going through the Final Four, beating Arizona. Obviously, I have that upset, but yeah, I think Alabama's a great team. Give me Alabama there. Now, number 1 Houston versus number 4 Purdue. Purdue, a lot of people were hating on Purdue, didn't think they would make it this far, thought they would lose to High Point, but they've kind of surprised us, and they're into the Sweet 16. Justin? Yeah.
I mean, Purdue, in my opinion, has the best point guard in the country, and sometimes that's all you need to carry you for a little bit. But Houston is such a tough team, defensively and offensively. I think they're just going to out-tough them this game. I got to go Houston.
Gonna agree with you there. I mean, Purdue just beat some not so good teams in High Point and McNeese State. McNeese State had all the momentum, but I mean, they cut it short. Houston's definitely gonna be winning this game over Purdue.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Houston as well. They're a very solid, well-rounded team, I think. I kind of thought this was their year to win it all. I mean, I'm a little uncertain about that after the game against Gonzaga, but I still think they're a very talented team. Once again, I think it's going to be a very competitive matchup. I think a lot of these Sweet 16 matches are going to be very competitive, but I'm having Houston prevailing over Purdue. And our final matchup, number 2 Tennessee versus number 3 Kentucky. This is an interesting one. This could go either way. Gavin, we'll start with you.
Kentucky always loses in March Madness. They always go far and then break the hearts of all the Kentucky fans out there. Tennessee just looks unreal this season. I think they will be going to the Final Four, so I will be taking Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee's already beaten Kentucky twice this season. You can take that as it's hard to beat a good team 3 times, or that Tennessee is just better. If you look at Kentucky, how they played against Illinois, I wasn't too crazy about it. I think Tennessee's got their number this time. I'm going to pick Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that. I think Kentucky's going to come out on top. I personally believe Tennessee always disappoints during March Madness, and yes, Kentucky has, but since after the round of 64, they've been fairly successful, and they've made it past that. I just think Kentucky's going to look electric in this game, and in the round of 64 match, they just looked like they were hitting everything. Round of 32, it was a little tough because I had Illinois actually beating Kentucky there, but Kentucky prevailed, and I think Kentucky's going to get it done against Tennessee. Give me Kentucky there. Well, that is our picks for the round of 16. We'll see how we do. That is all for now. We will see you next time.